stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. They sang that to us ever since we were little kids, but for whatever reason, we forgot that we're not supposed to fight and struggle through life. We're supposed to row gently down the stream. Divine Rising, everyone. I'm Ray, and welcome to Rising Rituals with Ray, where I basically give you a little bit of juice, a little bit of energy, a little bit of perspective to bring into your day. Today, I would like to talk about something very pertinent and relevant in a lot of people's lives. What to do when things go wrong. You know, I feel like adversity is the spice of life, right? If you were certain and you knew how everything was going to go every single time and it always went your way, how exciting would that be? We would often get really bored, you know? We would often just not be excited about things in life because you would already know what was going to happen. You would already know that it was going to go your way. You wouldn't have any challenges to overcome. That is what makes climbing the mountain so exciting, is you have to overcome something that is bigger than self. So when challenges and adversity arises in your life, get excited, right? I am part of a amazing or entrepreneurial organization called the Morning Meetup, where hundreds of entrepreneurs meet every single morning, Monday through Friday. And today we were talking about growing pains. And I was like, oh my God, that is the perfect topic and the perfect way that I can relate today's topic with, what I was thinking about for Rising Rituals with Ray. And, we are going to experience things going wrong in life. That's part of the human experience. That's part of living, right? You have to experience, because there's multiple things at play here. One, you ask the universe for something. Your higher self, has to make sure that you are in alignment to receive what it is that you ask the universe for. So your higher self, puts out certain tests for you to overcome and for you to pass. And if you pass the test, then you get rewarded, right? Let's take, for example, you're in a collaborative business venture, right? And let's say you experience some challenges with your collaborators. How you react and how you respond to that challenge will dictate what happens next in your business. The same thing in your relationship, the same thing with your finances, the same thing with your new job or your new house or your new car. You have to run into some challenges first to see. The universe wants to see your higher self, because these are all things that have been put in place by your higher self, right? Because there is a test of energy. Will they choose the higher vibrational route, or will they choose the lower vibrational route? Are they ready for that next level? The reason we come here, and we've talked about this before, the reason we come here is to experience what it's like to learn how to manipulate energy from the ground up. We get put in these corporeal bodies. We forget our divinity. We forget who we are. We forget that we are infinite beings. And the whole journey of life is remembering, finding your way back to divinity, finding your way back to knowing your worth, your value, your capabilities, right? You are a creator, period. Period. You are a creator. Now, what you create determines on the thoughts that you think, the habits that you have, and the words that you say, right? The thoughts that you think, the habits that you have, and the words that you say. So if you are in a space where you want to take your life to the next level, think as if it has already happened. Act as if it has already happened. And speak as if it has already happened. When you do those three things, that is the trifecta for success. And when life throws adversity to you, stay the course. Keep that same energy. You feel what I'm saying? Stay the course. Because what that's going to do for you is it's going to open up the gateway and allow you to navigate to where you overcome those challenges, you rise above the adversity, and you step into your true definiteness of purpose. And then the universe delivers. It's really amazing. Like, it's really amazing because it might feel in the moment like, oh my God, this is going to be forever. How am I going to get out of this situation? Right? And remember, emotions are energy in motion. So the second you start to feel that adversity, challenge, that those lower vibrational frequencies coming in, anger, rage, right? Those things happen. Fear, anxiety, those things happen. And it's okay. Recognize, change your thoughts, change your habits, and change your language. The easiest way to change your emotional state is to get into motion. Move it. Energy in motion. So move it from one state to another, right? So when you hit a challenge, whether if it's in your business, whether if it's in your emotional life, whether if it's in your health, whatever it is, change your focus. Focus on your outcome. What is the most ideal place that you can end up from this situation, right? Where do you want to be? Where are you looking to be at the end of all of this? You know, I remember a few years ago, I was in a car accident, and I was like, I had to drive to work like a good 45 minutes, and it was a lot going on. I totaled my car. It was like raining on the highway or something crazy. Anyway, totaled my car. Did not know how I was going to get to and from work. Now, in that situation, I could have focused on the pain. I could have focused on the lack of having a car. I could have focused on how am I going to get to work. I could have focused on why did this happen to me. I could have focused on all of these things that weren't necessarily serving the solution. Instead, what did I do? I was like, okay, I need to communicate. What's the problem? You spend 5% of your energy on the problem, and you spend 95% of your energy on the solution. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Spend 5% of your energy on the problem, defining what it is, really recognizing what the problem is and what you can learn from that situation, and then go directly into solution mindset. Because if you stay in that realm too long, you're going to start stacking those emotions. And what happens when you stack emotions? That creates momentum. That creates energy towards that lower vibrational emotional state. Right? So we have to interrupt the pattern. We can't allow that to continue to rule our minds, rule our focus, because then it'll rule your actions and it'll also rule your language. Okay? So, first thing, define what the problem is. Spend just a couple moments on that. Now, directly shift focus to solutions. So what did I do in that situation? I called my boss. I told my boss what was going on. It was like the middle of a Saturday night when it happened, and it ended up being Sunday when I ended up calling my boss and calling the insurance people and all this other stuff. And what ended up happening was my boss was like, well, listen, I have a second bedroom in my apartment. It's really not being used. You can stay there for a while until you kind of figure out what's next for you. And it was amazing because I was able to stay there until I was able to get another car. I just rode with her to and from work, and I was able to stay there with her until I got another car. Now, if I wasn't focused on the solution, it could have turned out a whole totally different way. I could have lost my job, you know, but see, the thing is, you never get an answer for things you don't ask for. You got to shoot your shot, right? You miss every shot you don't take. So a lot of times we get fearful of what other people are thinking, how other people are going to perceive us. So we get afraid to ask. But that fear is going to hold you back from what is truly yours, from your outcome, from where you'd like to be. So sometimes you got to put that pride aside, you know, and a lot of times I notice that when people experience friction, when people experience resistance, What happens a lot of times is you try to force it to work. You try to force something to happen in a specific time zone.
But
the biggest lesson that I've learned in my spiritual journey is that when you're experiencing resistance, not to
continue. Just
to take a minute.
Now there's a difference
between
being relentless
and resentful. So I don't know if I said that right. I don't know if that's the right word I'm thinking about. Relentless and I can't remember the other word, but basically it's like forcing something to happen versus not giving up on something. Does that make sense? So when you have to like create force, when you force something, that means you're not in alignment. You're rowing upstream. Remember, row your boat gently down the stream. If you're rowing upstream, it's going to take a lot more energy and effort, and you're not even going in the right direction. The universe has said go this way, and you're going that way. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a lot longer for you to get to where you're trying to get to because you're rowing against the current. What you don't know, down the stream, even though you think you're supposed to be over here, down the stream, it loops around a different way and takes you exactly where you need to go. But you don't know that because you're so focused on what you think is best for you or what you think this has to happen at this time frame. It has to happen right now. You know, I used to get so caught up in timing, and you know, we've been conditioned. Oh, you got to be at work on time. If you're 3 minutes late, you get written up. Or you got to be to school on time, or you got to do this by a certain date, or you better turn in your paper by this date, or otherwise you'll get a 0 for the test, or whatever. Right? We have been conditioned to respect a construct that doesn't even exist. Time is only a construct. It was created by people, just like this language, right? It was created by people. So you have the opportunity, you have the ability to step into a space of, let me relax.
Let me take a breath.
And let me receive.
What is the universe trying to say
to me right now?
I have a perfect
example. I'm going to send her this video when I'm done recording it. But I have a new student who just signed up for my Let Go and Let Grow. It's time to let go and grow 7-week chakra balancing journey. And basically, there's been so many complications in just getting this child onboarded. And like the email integration, automation literally is just freezing up. She couldn't get logged into the actual site. It was just a lot of friction. It was a lot of friction. And so last night I was thinking about it before I fell asleep. I'm like, why is there all this friction? Like, I've onboarded like 10, 15 people without problem onto this. Like, it's routine for me at this point. Like, okay, so you do this, do this, do this. It's super easy. Boom, bop, bop, happens. Right? But for whatever reason, I could not get this child onboarded. Now, I could have gotten frustrated with the process. I could have gotten upset with my email integration. I could have gotten upset with the website that the course is posted on. I could have gotten upset and frustrated and mad because I woke up early on a Sunday just to get her together and it still didn't work. I could have got mad. Or I can realize that the universe is telling me something. When you experience friction, and friction means something's not flowing, right? There's an obstruction in the river. It's not flowing freely. You have to go around that. And sometimes we try to just go through it, causing more challenges, causing more, right? Sometimes the universe is saying the timing is not yet right. The timing is not yet right, and that's okay. That's okay, because you want to operate in divine time, in divine alignment. So when you experience that friction, just take a minute
and listen.
What is the universe telling me right now? What is the universe bringing to my attention right now? So I reached out to her this rising, like, hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Here's what we're going to do instead. we're going to start next week because there's a certain timing of the course. And, but this is what we're going to work on this week. And then we'll start the actual course next week. This week, focus on this, right? It's
important to take a minute and breathe and listen.
Because when you try to force something, oftentimes
You are causing
things to be out of alignment because you're not receiving the messages and the divine guidance from the universe. So when things aren't working, don't give up necessarily. Just take a breath and realize you're not on anyone else's time but your own. Okay?
Whew, y'all.
I was really passionate, and I didn't even look at my notes. I had some notes about growing pains, but I didn't even look at my notes. So just know that it's part of the process. It's part of the journey. Trust the process. Enjoy the process. Because if you're stressed out over, I gotta, right? Remember, stress absorbs into your tissues, and that causes disease in your
Physical body.
Everything starts energetically first. So when you have the awareness and the intuitive vision to see that it's not in alignment right now, you
Understand that
I am an infinite being. I am having this human experience, and time is not a problem. Time is on my side. I have all the time in the world, right? Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Just take a breath and flow. Let go and flow. All right? I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And make sure you sign up for the Integrator Summit this weekend. It's going to be Saturday, February 18th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is free. Go to theintegratorsummit.com. And then also my beloved Sahat and I wrote an ebook just for you to help you overcome the biggest mistakes that you are struggling with after your spiritual awakening. We realize that there's like 7 things that people are continuously doing after their awakening, and it's holding you back from your next level of self-mastery. So go to 7, the number 7, spiritualmistakes.com, and all the links are down below. 7spiritualmistakes.com to get your free ebook today. We give you hacks on how to overcome those mistakes, and we tell you what the mistakes are. And let me tell you, number 5 is going to blow you away. All right, go to 7spiritualmistakes.com, get your free ebook today, and join us on Saturday at the Integrator Summit, theintegratorsummit.com, and I will see y'all there. I'll see y'all tomorrow for some more energetic juice. Y'all have a blissful, magical, and manifesting day.